Hello everybody, I'm Rainbow Red Panda and I have a little impromptu comic review. As I mentioned in one of my previous episodes of Comic Time, I bought the first Dial H and I just now sat down and read it, and honestly I'm not that big of a fan. I know that you can't judge an entire series just based on the first issue because they have a lot of things to say and everything. And I mean, if you read the first issue of anything, like, it's not going to get to the main thing that the whole comic is about. But it just seems very, like, jumpy, and it just, the whole thing doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I kind of felt like this from whenever I opened it, because whenever you open it up, like, there's no, like, page here that says, like, let me get, like, another comic. Like, any other comic, the first page is going to have, like, an advertisement or something that, like, tells you, like, previously in this, or just something about, like, the author, or just something like that. But this one, at first I saw it and I was like, oh, well, this is cool because it just starts on the very first page. Like, there's no, like, other page, there's no, like, empty page, basically. But this comic isn't a part of it at all. It's actually, it is an advertisement, but it looks like it's an advertisement for a show. It's an advertisement for a show on G4, but I've heard of this show, and the show isn't a cartoon, so I don't really know how this comic fits in at all. But it's I don't know. So instantly I didn't like that because it made me wonder if, like, this page was related and how long it was going to go on, and I didn't really like that. And then even in the back, like, it's just another advertisement. Like, it never gives you, like, that little page about, like, the normal comic books have that talk about, like, release dates, like, coming soon, like, any of that kind of stuff. So I didn't like that, like, right off the bat. And then, I don't know, it doesn't really, I like that it had the Watchmen spread. I really liked that. But I don't like spread advertisements because I feel like it's just a waste of paper. Like, I'm all about, like, saving paper and all that, and I just feel, I love the Watchmen and everything, and this would make an awesome poster if, I can't take things apart. Like, it bothers me. It has to be whole. Like, even if they put, like, posters in magazines, I will usually just leave them in there. So, I didn't really like that either. But the story is kind of confusing. There's a guy named Darren and a guy named Nelson. And Darren is, he's this guy, if you can see, he's this guy in the phone booth, and, he is, I don't know, in his 20s, and he is, very out of shape and has, health problems. It looks like he has fallen or something, and his friend came to pick him up. I don't really know. If you have that kind of health problem, like, that's very sad, and you should probably, like, change it. Apparently he's had, like, a minor heart attack of some sort. He smokes. Yeah, he, doesn't sound like a good guy. But Nelson, has, I don't know, his character is very confusing. He's unemployed from what I see. I don't really know. But it starts off like what you would see, like, on a TV show, like, two friends, whatever. And then Nelson leaves, and Darren feels bad, and so he goes after him and finds him in an alley being beat up by employees that Nelson has that Darren didn't know about, I guess. And somehow he ends up in a phone booth and he dials something, and whenever he dials, this random, like, thing appears, and it's really confusing as to if Darren is this chimney thing or if it's something else, but I don't really know. I'm not, I mean, it has, like, the stereotypical, like, comic book dialogue, like, the yellow boxes are Darren's thoughts, and then you have, like, the dialogue of the characters in the little bubbles. So, I just don't understand, and it makes me, I don't like not understanding things, so I'm gonna have to at least get the second issue to see if I can understand what's going on. Like, once the chimney guy goes away, Darren ends up on a roof which I instantly just kind of think of The Hangover, and it makes me laugh. But he ends up on a roof, and then he wants to figure out what happened, and he goes back to the phone booth to try to figure out what he dials, and he gets this other man to appear who, once again, I don't know if this man is Darren either, or if it's like he just imagines. I don't really know. I don't understand. But like there's this like, I don't know, like darkish type guy that gets his energy off of tears. I don't really want to call him gothic, but he kind of is. It looks like he wears eyeliner of some sort and everything. Not your typical superhero, and I would not expect him to have an enormous belt buckle and purple costume, but he does. And then after that, it's just, there's this woman who kind of reminds me of someone that I've seen in a horror movie. It looks like she doesn't talk. She's right there. She doesn't talk, and I'm guessing she's not alive, but I'm really not sure what she is at all. And it just seems confusing. It doesn't give you any sort of, there's no like explanation from the writers about like what to expect with the series or anything. It was written by China someone and Mattias, maybe. I can't even pronounce the names. I'm very sorry. Those are the writers. It's rated T+ for that, and I'm sorry, but I just don't understand. And if any of you have read this, feel free to like comment on it. Maybe you understand it better than me. I don't know. I mean, I've never like had a problem understanding what's going on with the comic before, and I just feel like there's too much going on, and then it just like swaps too fast, and it's just hard for me to follow, and I just don't understand like if these things are related, if they're the same person, at one point it seems like there's an alternate world and I don't understand who's in it. Like, it's just very strange, and I don't know that I'll continue with this if it doesn't get a little more clear. So that's all I have for now. I just wanted to shoot this real fast just because I had talked about the new one, and then I got the first one out of curiosity, and then I just wanted to let you guys know like what I thought. I'm not a fan so far. Like, it's just I don't understand, and that kind of bothers me. So I will read the second one. I might just stand in the comic store though and like browse through it though before I actually purchase it, because I don't know. I mean, I have better things I could spend like $2.99 on. It is only $2.99 though, so it could have been like $3 or $4.99. So that's all I have. And other comic related news, I did last night get my email from Marvel that my 48 hours are in progress for the 700 plus downloads for the number ones. I did download all 720 of the available comics, and they're on my phone, and it only took up like 1 gig of space, so that made me happy. So if you guys get your email, if you have at least 1 gig of space, you can fit them all on your phone, and you can read them on your app, or you could do it on like a laptop or something. I don't have any of that on my laptop. I do it all on my phone. So I don't know. I mean, you could definitely put it on your laptop, and I'm guessing if your laptop doesn't have 1 gig of space, then that's sad for laptops. So that's all I have. If you did sign up for that email, expect it soon. I'm guessing I got my email at like 8 o'clock last night. So I'm guessing that like once one of the users checks out and has all of them, that they just kind of stop and they send it to somebody else, because you can't download it more than once, I don't believe. So I'm guessing that once I got done this morning with mine, and it downloaded super quick. Like, it downloaded all 720 of those comics in like 3 minutes. So it is a little different. You have to like go through I had to click a button 720 times. You'd think that they would make it easy and just have like a select all, but they don't. And there's like 17 pages of X-Men, so I did a lot of like scrolling. But other than that, it worked out well. In the end, there was there's like 4 rows, and I ended up having to go back and look at every single one because I knew that there were 720 and there was 2 that I hadn't clicked on, so I wanted them. So I had to go back through all of the old comics that I had gone through, and I finally found them. So make sure that you pay attention whenever you're clicking on stuff, because you don't want to have to be like me and go back through and redo it. So that's all I have for this little impromptu review. It wasn't really much of a review. It was mainly just me saying that I'm confused and I'm not a fan so far. So if any of you guys are a fan, or if you agree in my non-fanness, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. So that's all for today. Bye.